It's time to yap with what's yappening.
Queen's Radio.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We are back. Happy New Year, everybody. This week we are doing childhood stories. So, got a lot of responses in.
As always.
And we have quite a good few ourselves. So,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be pretty fun. I have some that are like funny, traumatic, actually abysmal. Like I don't even know if I will talk about it on this episode because they're actually that embarrassing. I almost brought in like videos of me
Video evidence?
like during a certain era of my life, and I physically couldn't bring myself to do it. So maybe
that's
they'll
for the
come out on the
best.
TikTok or something. A nice quick,
Sure, I know the era.
yeah. CC Show Overload. Shout out to her. That girl is probably screaming inside right now, seeing me on an actual YouTube video.
It's what you've always wanted.
It is, yeah. How was your New Year, guys?
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Pretty fun, pretty exciting.
Hey, it was good. Yeah, I've had time to reflect on 2024, and it was probably one of the better years of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Surprisingly, ended like pretty well, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything crazy happened maybe before the end of the year. And I think it was all fairly uneventful.
Did
And
you do anything on New Year's?
Yeah, I went to a party. Cool guy. Went to a party on New Year's Eve. Was not drinking. I drove, and then my girlfriend was staying at my house, so it was easy for me to just drive us both there and back. And it was a bit of drama, but like nothing that involved me. So
Usual.
I was happy to sit back. And
Unproblematic king
watch.
over
For-
here.
For
As
real.
always.
That's my. I mean,
That's your
Talk-
2025 motto.
talking about 2025 mottos. This is what I'm. So we should do this. We should go around and be like, right, what's our goals for the year?
Mm-hmm.
So mine is unproblematic king. Like just keep my head above the sand, not a drama.
Is this what you want your formal award to be? Is this
unproblematic king? Well, like not a bad award to win.
No,
You
I think
know?
that's quite an
Yeah.
honour.
One. Big age, well, unproblematic.
Yeah, unproblematic king, and I'd say Rafe's an unproblematic king,
Yeah.
Yeah.
far and away.
I think that's just the nonchalant lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
If
Maybe
you're
more
nonchalant, you're
nonchalant.
In
There's
20
not a nonchalant bone in my
No.
body.
I'm the most chalant person ever.
In
Yeah.
2025, I'd love to become 100% nonchalant, but
It's impossible.
I don't have it in me. I don't
No.
think to
No.
just
I'm
be that
far
guy.
too
It's just like,
invested.
whatever.
Like
Daniel-
me and Instagram highlights.
There's
You couldn't
not
separate
a
us.
nonchalant bone.
Yeah,
I know.
They're taking away the wee bubbles.
What is it?
They're taking away
Highlights
the
is leaving
highlights,
Instagram.
apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's game over.
Zuckerberg's got an inside scoop here.
What's that? The
Mad.
wee circle things underneath?
Yeah.
Oh,
The things
hell.
that I live off.
That
the
is rather
these.
sad.
The wee like below like your bio.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why are they getting rid of highlights?
Don't know.
I have
They're
one
gonna
from.
put them
I
in
have
like
20.
in like your saved.
Oh,
You'll have
for
to go
goodness
into
sake.
it.
Archive
Like,
it.
You've
who's
got
gonna
them
do
there
that? I
anyway.
know.
That is rather
It's
unfortunate.
ridiculous.
No, I want to be an unproblematic king. I want to be nonchalant. That's my goal.
That
in
is literally
2025.
impossible for you. You do like 1,400
Nonchalant.
podcasts.
I know,
Yeah.
but like I want to be the nonchalant guy on the podcast. It's like, yeah, I'm just here, just chatting, just
That's
There's
so
more chance
boring.
I
Of
just
me doing that
spit-
than you.
Yeah.
Because I
100%.
just do this.
100%. I want to be the guy.
You literally do stand up. You
I know.
literally do stand up.
But-
What is nonchalant about that?
I want to be the nonchalant comedian that just rocks up the stage. All right, I want to present the vibe
have
that I just got out the car,
I
walked
know.
in here, and I've just started.
I mean this with
Even
the
though
most
I've
amount
sat in the
of
toilet
love
doing
and
nervous
care
poos.
in the world.
Yeah,
Me and you have the biggest egos of anyone in BT9 right
Yeah.
now.
100%.
Like,
And that's something I'm really trying to cut back on.
Yes.
Is like humble king,
it's hectic.
unproblematic king, humble king, chill guy. I'm an overreact.
I think he wants to be married into the royal family.
I'm
Like
an
at this point.
overthinker. I'm an overthinker. Did
Same.
a lot of overthinking in 2024, and I'm trying to cut back on that big time and just learning to just let things be. You know,
Yeah.
there's been
Mhm.
there's been
Like
stuff
Baby
happening.
Rexa and what's his face? Rex Orange County.
Mm.
If it's
That
meant to
one?
be, it'll be.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of stuff in my life that's happened recently that I've freaked out over and went, nothing serious, but like I freaked out over and I've gone nuts over and I'm going, you know what? Some of this isn't in my control. It's not a big deal, and I'll wake up tomorrow, God willing, and everything will be fine. You know, last night I had a bit of a crisis. I just
Okay, good start.
moved.
Just start 2025.
Just
Non-stop I had a crisis last
7 days
night.
in, 7 days in, good start.
I just moved my entire room around. Like, just it was like I need to sort this out. So like,
Where does anything go? If like we've been in his
for-
room
for
and you
real.
can literally barely even breathe.
where do you see? Oh, I'll show you after. I'll insert a photo maybe of all my Lego buildings that I have. I connected together into a big street.
That is so.
Nah, hold on.
Is that
No,
the
I
thing that
like that
you-
is so like funny. Like he's so excited over this. Like that. Like there's nonchalant and then there's like getting giddy
Well,
over your
yeah.
leg.
Hold on.
He's
Where
whipping
do you
out a
see
photo.
this? I sent on Dad's WhatsApp and everything. I was like, where do you see this? Where do you see?
Is this the one that you put in your private story?
Did I-
That was impressive. Or your Instagram?
What did I say? It's coming together or something?
Yeah.
Yes, but then I added more to it. Where do you see this? It's getting there. Oh, I've no service. I definitely took a photo.
Well,
of it.
insert a photo.
Yeah.
There it is. Well, that's it before I added another one on.
That is
But I
very
had,
cool.
I had
That
a
is very
police
cool.
station as well
Yeah.
that's been propping up. The one that's been propping up my shelf.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I managed.
Okay.
So basically, for the folks at home, I have a shelf that's very unstable in my bedroom that that will collapse with the slightest bit of pressure. And a Lego set and two cartons of Play-Doh were holding the shelf up. So what
Play-Doh.
it's
This man
been-
has 2 cartons of Play-Doh
No,
in his
Man
room
is
at the
20
age of
years
20.
It was
It
Play-Doh
is.
paint. It was Play-Doh paint for
Is that better?
an episode of the podcast we're repainting, and that was the cheapest one. So I got those. But they've been holding up the shelf for ages on top of a Lego police station. You ever seen Indiana Jones where he's like at the very start he's like moving the sandbags to like balance out the weight
Yeah.
and stuff? So I was doing that last night. I was holding the shelf up with one hand. I took the Lego set out. I put a Coca-Cola mini fridge that I had and a Krispy Kreme limited edition donut box I got in New York and put that on top, and it balanced out the shelf, and I went, good enough for now. And then I was able to add the police station in. And you know what? We're golden. We're
So
golden.
proud.
Great.
Yeah. Wow.
Um,
Love to say it.
What about you, Kira?
What my 2025?
2025, like resolutions, goals.
Well, I've said this. My New Year's resolution for the past forever has been to be able to do the splits.
Oh yeah.
I think
Doesn't
2025 is your year.
Yeah, I
I
mean, it
think it
doesn't
is.
seem like an
Yeah.
unattainable thing to do.
Oh, Daniel, you have not seen
Oh,
me
sorry.
in gymnastics class. Split me. Per girl was put through
The
the
ringer.
trenches in her gymnastic classes. I was always that one child that was like everyone else was like in the splits on the floor, and I was like halfway to the sky.
Why don't we do like a special video
That's not.
where
No.
we all like achieve
Go to
our
the
goals?
gym.
Oh, I thought
So-
you were going to say go to gymnastics.
Well, Kira's
Yeah.
could be we get her to do the splits. Like we train
Yeah,
her
we
up and we
could
go,
train her
here we
up.
go,
Train her up.
boom.
I
How are
like
you being
this.
more nonchalant?
Mine is me just being an unproblematic keen the whole time. Being
We'll like
here,
fire
whatever.
like
crisis.
crisis at
Yeah.
him, and
I'll
he
just be
has
like,
to react in a
"Hey."
certain way.
All good, man. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a new day. Stuff like that. You know?
What about you, Jack?
Stay out of the overdraft.
Oh,
Started the
that's
year
a
strong.
good one.
Started the year strong. We're good.
So basically, put Jack in a budget.
Yeah.
Basically.
Honestly, yes. My car insurance comes out next week though. So
Hey, bit of news.
oh,
Oh no.
I got the train in here this morning because
Oh?
I'm problematic keen. Don't worry about the bus.
Nonchalant.
Got the train, and very good, by the way, very warm. But the polo, don't want to speak too soon because, you know, conversations are still ongoing. This guy's.
oh,
This
Yay.
guy's.
ooh la la.
Happy days.
Finally.
It's about time.
Finally.
Now, as many people know, I have 3 points on my license.
Oh, do you? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You're
for
caught speeding.
speeding. See, that was back when I
Many
was.
people, one
Hey.
person in this room.
Do you know what I
I had
mean?
no idea.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, I thought that was very common knowledge.
I'm pretty sure he's told us.
Yeah.
I don't pay
We weren't.
attention.
Caught speeding, but you know what? That was back in 2024 when I was a problematic guy. Not anymore.
No, do you know when he told us? It was after he avoided us for 3 months over summer.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was
We
actually.
purposely didn't listen then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that you trying to be nonchalant, or was that you just
That was falling
off the face of the
falling
earth.
off this earth?
That was
yeah.
me being problematic. That's not going to happen this year. That's what I'm telling you. I am changing the way I live my life. In terms of my fashion as well, I'm going to try and be
Yes,
a more chill.
That's a good one.
You said that as if
Good
like
one.
flip
Yes,
it.
it's about time. Oh
Yeah,
my
about
word.
time.
Agree, I agree.
Here,
For
do you
me
know
as
my
well.
good cream jacket I've got?
Mm-hmm.
Got bleach all over it, all over the back of it. I think I must have sat
Oh,
on
man.
something that had like, I don't know, was covered in bleach, because then I got up and the entire
No
back
way.
of the
Toilet?
It's
jacket.
the cargoes all over again. No, let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
and the entire back of the jacket was just covered in bleach, and my mother was like, "Don't worry, we'll get you a new one." And I was like, "That was about a month ago, and still haven't got one." So let's sort that. Also, Ben, if you're watching, you owe me 11 quid for Just Eat the other night, but that's a separate issue.
Seems very targeted.
Yeah,
Does
very
Ben-
targeted.
Does Ben watch this?
Ben, I'd say Ben probably does watch this. I actually saw our number one fan in the foyer
Oh,
about an hour ago.
very good.
He was talking to his buddies, didn't want to disturb him, but he was in the foyer,
Aw.
probably trying to pop you just walking in, you know.
Don't blame him. He probably saw me.
I have no
on the-
idea who we're talking
Probably
about.
saw me
No.
on the phone to my
Do you
father.
not
Oh,
listen to anything?
actually,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know who we're talking about now. Sorry.
He's an unproblematic king. Do you know what we should do? Then at the end of this year, when we do our Christmas
recap.
episode, we should be like, guys, what goals did we set out for the year, and have we achieved them?
Fair.
I already know I'm gonna fail the overdraft one.
But we can.
Jack is
we can
already
do this.
failed.
We can. So that's the point of my story. Was guess how much the insurance is for a black box on a Polo? Just me as the sole driver.
Okay, so
500
with 3
quid.
points and with
What?
500 quid.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
wish.
actually, no.
Like 1.5.
1500.
Try double and some more.
3.5
Three?
grand.
3.5 grand.
Well, he has points on his license, so like that's
know.
why.
Ah, oh gee.
Who's paying for that?
A lot of moving on shifts.
Not me.
Standard.
Hopefully, because if not, I'll still be getting the train.
Cheap or so? Mine's
yeah.
mine's gone down to like 1,500.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Winning.
I've money I can put towards it, and that's
$2 grand
my
last
other goal of 2025. Driving here, none of this public transport gag. I am driving here.
can you put like the you know the rubber floaters around your car?
What's that
Yeah,
one?
like no,
Oh,
like
yeah,
your
yeah.
pull
bounce
floats.
off everything.
Pole floats. That's
Do you
the
know,
one.
make like a bumper car.
Oh, so
Just
it
we know what
doesn't-
you're like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flip and it just can't do anything. Hit one guy's car and everybody.
Just had to be
no one
this
lets-
guy's
no
car.
one lets- No one lets you live it down. Chloe, what are you doing? It's gonna be. What's your goal?
I think mine as well. I have actually think in 2024 I became reasonably a lot more chill. Like I used to be so highly strung, like so stressed out all the time. But I know like with yous, I'll be like, oh my gosh. But like I actually have like I think my goals. I want to focus on my health this year because I was so sick in 2024 and like I really really burnt myself out. So I just want to.
How are you gonna say I really burnt myself? Like red? like, yeah, put
Yeah,
sunscreen on.
fair. No, I really burnt myself out and a wee bit, and I think I just want to focus on things that are like most important to me rather than trying to do things for like other people like that don't have any
Facts.
benefit in my life because I like run about after everyone else and don't say no to anything, but then it doesn't benefit me at all and it actually ends up having like a negative effect. So I think I want to like focus on myself and like my health and trying to like not have a breakdown because I was so close in 2025. 2024, sorry.
Close already. It's been a week.
It's the 8th.
But yeah, I don't really know what else I need to save. I do. I've been pretty good with my savings this year actually,
Right.
or last year.
Watch Yappenin City Break at some point this year.
Yeah.
Have you not just heard what we're trying to? She's
I
trying
know.
to save.
See,
I'm
I
trying
I
to
know,
stay
but
away from
save
her.
for the city break.
Save for the City Break. We
Guys,
go.
I say
We go to a wee city. We do a few. We do an episode in the city
Yeah,
with the wireless mics.
with the
and stuff.
wireless mics, some
Yeah,
on-street
yeah, yeah.
interviews. I like
On-street
this idea.
interviews. We
London
travel.
We're sitting in
The
there.
lads, you know, maybe we go to I'd like a wee hot bath somewhere.
A hot
You
bath.
know, do you
Out
know
of
those? Do you ever?
all the things
I
you
don't
could've
want to
just
get in a hot
said-
bath with you guys,
no,
to be
it doesn't need
honest.
to be with you, but
So a
like,
hot
do you ever
tub?
see those?
Do you mean a hot tub?
I mean, like,
No,
do you
like
ever
those
get those
things in
cold
Iceland,
places?
like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
you're,
Oh.
yeah, you know,
Like
get
We're not going to
zen,
afford that.
very
Palm
nonchalant.
springs
of
That
me.
is so nonchalant. Daniel's
know?
really playing it. Maybe we'll all be
yeah,
nonchalant
they're
this year.
nonchalant.
Fingers crossed.
This year we've got to really try to just
Better
be
ourselves.
as nonchalant as possible.
Mhm.
I think.
I'm giving myself
Unproblematic.
2 weeks.
I think that's our goal.
It's
We
not
just
gonna
try. Actually, do you know what? I don't care. I'll be as problematic as I want because some people deserve it.
Oh.
Exactly.
You are harshing my
Nonchalant.
vibes over here.
No, like we
I'm
were
not
so
taking part in
Yin
this.
and yang over here.
I
we
am
were
not
so
problematic this year.
unproblematic last year, and people were causing problems with us,
Mm-hmm.
and it made us be problematic. It
Is
nearly
she
made
lying?
me be
No.
more. It almost made me become a problem for certain people because there was no need. But I will try, and my every higher power, please make me more chill and more nonchalant. Not that I believe it'll happen. I don't think that we'll ever see the day that I'm ever chill or nonchalant.
Lover of all.
What's
If it
for you
happens
Love
to
her
won't
me-
go by
If it
you.
happens to me, it's gonna be because I've been like hacked or something. Like my
Physically
body,
hacked, yeah.
Physically hacked.
Taken
I've been
over by
drugged or
aliens.
something.
I think the only time I'd be nonchalant is if I was in an actual coma or something and I
Yeah,
couldn't
and
speak.
I couldn't do anything.
I physically couldn't.
Chloe's
move.
been really chill recently. Yeah, she's been asleep for a month in a hospital bed.
Just sat in the royal.
But yeah, be really Here, what's for you won't go by you.
Yeah,
You know.
that's what I've actually. That's been my motto for the last 2 years,
Unless
and
it
I
does,
really believe it.
Unless it does, but like you know,
But I think as well, like another one for me is like really focusing on things that are gonna like benefit me, like for the future. Like I am doing things that I enjoy. Like I really enjoy doing this, but like I feel like because I'm so stressed out about like other things, I haven't been able to focus on it as much as I would have liked. Whereas like I know this is a good thing, and like this is good for us, and it's a good platform. So like I want to put more effort into things that matter. And like we have been saying that we're going to make these videos like all year.
Where's the fight night video?
hey, it's coming. It's coming. I'm working on that this afternoon. I'm working on that this afternoon.
Like we've been
I'm working on
saying
that this afternoon.
that like but I think that like I would really like us to actually do the fun wee videos because I think they're the
It would
most
be
fun to
chaos.
make.
Yeah.
And like they're the most fun to watch as well. Like I always bring it up our North Coast vlog. Is that
Folks.
what it's called?
That was a year
Stop
ago.
living in the past. Why don't we do it next week?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Live
we're in back
in
uni.
the future.
Mm.
Do you know what it is? She's in every day of the week.
Stop.
Are you in Monday
Yeah.
to Friday?
Yes.
Weekends, guys.
We don't do the type
Work
of course. It should be a
True.
5-day course. Like that's ridiculous. You
No,
don't
but
do the
it's
type
so
of course. It
stupid.
should
Last
be
year-
4 and 5
No.
days.
was good. 3 days was.
3 days. That's sitting
Enough.
me down to the ground. I
Nice.
barely came in the 3 days. Like,
It was
But yeah.
for you, like.
but this is it. See, if I get this car, I'll be in every
You
day.
say that.
I'll be in every day because
Then
like
you'll have to
I'm a
fuel
That should be your New Year's
Tax it.
resolution. Come to uni every day.
Come to uni.
That's a good one. That's attainable.
Well, like I'm already looking at this Wednesday class. Very short.
Yeah, I did.
You know-
I did see that
you
one
know-
myself, and I was like,
I'm looking
Why are
at.
they all so early as
I
well?
know, they're all like 9
they're early and they're like an hour long. Why doing that?
Just
Like, do you want me to
squish
have
them
a
all into
nap?
2 days.
But that, you know, and this is I'm being unproblematic. And sometimes the most unproblematic thing for me to do will be to lie in and not come in.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
You know?
very true.
That's fair.
Sure.
Obviously, when it comes to assessment time, I knuckle down, like not mocking. But see,
Not
like
trying
these
to-
week 3, week 4s. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah,
see,
true.
See is in May, you know. but yeah,
I do. I think we should really focus on making videos like or like actual like YouTube.
fight night
ones.
vlog about a week today.
Okay.
You heard it here
Okay.
first.
Okay, maybe not on this day
So
because
what's
there'll be
that,
a
15th?
What's
Oh,
Happening
Yeah.
when
episode
this
as well.
comes out,
but
so that gives you 2 weeks.
Within the week
Okay.
that this comes out,
Okay,
there'll
that would
be
be
a-
a vlog.
there'll be a vlog coming. You know.
Expecting big things.
But
Um,
big plans, big thing, lots of good ideas. We just never did it, and like it's such a shame because they would have been so fun. So I think we just need to do it. We need to stop talking about it. We just got to do it.
Do you know what's gonna happen? Do you know what's gonna happen? 2 years time, we'll be out of uni, and 10 years time, we'll all be married with kids, and we'll be going. "Oh, I wish I could just go up the north coast with the lads, make another video."
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
You know,
Here's
you know.
But yeah, I think that we should definitely do
Haven't
that.
seen you. I'm excited. Did we all have a
I
good
know.
Christmas?
We did.
Lovely. It was
Lovely Christmas.
all biz.
I
All
had
biz.
All this.
an excellent Christmas. I love that period between Christmas Day and New Year's. I heard
Like,
someone
every
describe
day
it.
feels like Sunday.
Yeah, I heard someone describe it as the void of just
Mhm.
like don't know what day it is. You're not doing anything.
Oh, I was sick. I was literally bedbound for like a week. So
Oh really?
yeah, so
Happened to a
ill.
lot of people. That happened to my father as well.
Yeah, my whole
Festive
family
flu.
got it. Everyone. It was awful.
Was Santa good?
Santa was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Very
Santa
good.
was wonderful.
Got my new kid on.
Oh, here I have to tell you about this. I have a conspiracy.
Oh dear.
I have a conspiracy. So, I am keen to get this Lego set, right?
Oh.
Bear with me, folks. You got to bear with me here. It is a Batmobile, right? And on the release date, it was £55, right? You get 3 figures in a Batmobile. That's too much money. You know, I'm a guy this year. You want to be on a budget? I gotta look at VFM, value for money. You know, if am I gonna get value for money out of buying this? And I wasn't, so I held off for a couple of months. Coming up to the Christmas period, Smiths dropped it down 38 quid. I was like, that is VFM, value for money. I will go and get this. So, New Year's Day, I trotted down to Bangor Smiths.
Didn't even say hello.
Did were you not?
Didn't even let us know.
Typical,
Hey, well, no, I wasn't by myself, but like I trod down the Bangor Smiths. Closed. So that was a bit sad. I was like, rats. Looked on the website. Product no longer available. Expected back in stock. Never. And I was going, that's weird. Because Lego sets that come out usually have like a 2-year shelf lifespan. This only came out in June. So what's going on? Argos sold out across the country. The only place you can get it's Sheffield. And then when I try and get it, it's like, oh, we can't ship this to your location. Something
Ship it
weird's
to
going
Rafe.
on. I should have shipped it to Rafe. I should have done that. And I have been on the hunt for this for what feels like a lifetime now. In about a week. And that you can buy it from Next, but that's full price. Because I won't VFM, I won't buy it full price, but I will buy it for about 38. But anywhere that was doing it for 38,
No.
they seem to be
Couldn't get it.
disappeared.
See if you got a Next gift card for Christmas, like a £20 one, would you then say that costs £35? And then it would be value for money.
Yes. Well,
See, that's my problem. Don't do that.
really?
Yeah.
Because I got over the Christmas period, I attained about £40 in Amazon gift vouchers. It's on Amazon. They've hiked it up for 58. And I'm going. I mean, if
Well,
we're
it's 18
using
quid.
Yeah. girl logic, that's £18, and that's all it costs.
Yeah.
I found it on eBay. Someone was selling a sealed one for $38.99 plus £4 postage. I said this simply won't do because that is, £42 altogether. I'm not paying that. Haggled with the guy a little bit. I said, listen, man, let's take this down. I'll pay 30 for it. He said, nah, mate. He dropped the price to 38. I said, still can't do it, man. It's still 40. It's over 40 quid. He dropped it down to 36.50. That's £40. He altered the shipping. £40, 40 pence. I went, listen, it's £2 more than I would have paid, but at least I'll get it. It's on its way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's inspirational.
It
Enthralling.
is. Hey,
Wow.
and do you know what's very?
Well
do you know what
done.
that is? Very nonchalant. You
No,
know.
that was not.
That was
Very,
actually the
very
most
nonchalant.
nonchalant thing I've ever
See
heard.
the
in my
thing you're
life.
selling that's actually cheaper than a lot of other places that are selling right now. Give it to me for less.
I've also
Yeah.
That's what you were doing.
I've also gotten the Vinted hype train over Christmas, so I have
Oh yeah, I can't be bothered with that.
selling stuff.
Too
on
much
Vinted.
effort.
Guess what I'm selling on Vinted?
What?
Lego
Lego?
sets.
Yeah, not surprised.
Lego sets.
Full price plus more.
I'm being fair with my pricing. A lot of favorites, not a lot of purchases yet, but it's
They're
coming.
considering it.
We'll see. Yeah.
No one buys it.
Next payday.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, so
Yeah, in
should we
your
jump
theme
in
of
Oh, yes.
to our
our-
childhood stories? Do you want to read out the one that we have first?
Yeah, read
Yeah,
out this
hold
one.
on.
With so
That's
many
lost the
again.
tab.
People must have spent their whole
Inundated.
Christmas putting response
Yeah.
in.
It's
'cause
okay.
that's how-
At least
Kira's
it's a
mum
long
sent her
one.
loads on the
Yeah,
way
she's
up.
literally texting me like, you did this.
So, it's a lot easier to read on the computer.
No, yeah.
You need some glasses, Jack.
I went and got mine.
Specsavers?
I got mine eyes tested. Perfect vision.
Really?
Wow.
Be jealous.
Could be
Wow.
a pilot.
Hey,
Yep.
you're going to 20 out of 20 over here. Do you know what that is from us? Not sure. Not sure.
We don't need
Oh, I just
glasses.
casually
We don't
have
need
no.
glasses.
Yeah, I just casually have perfect eyesight. Yeah.
So, when I was around 3 or 4 years old, I was with my grandmother as my mum and aunts were away out shopping. My grandmother has a cupboard under the stairs in her house, and because she hit her hip off of the door handle so much she took it off, important part of the story, she was looking in the cupboard for something, and I had pushed the door behind her and pushed her into the cupboard. Therefore, my grandmother was locked in the cupboard with a 3 or 4-year-old running around her house with no one there. All I was told was she could hear my little footsteps running and how she was trying to convince me to open the door with everything under the sun. Then the footsteps stopped and I was found by my mother and aunt asleep in the front of this door like I was finished playing hide and seek with my grandmother, still pleading to be let out of the cupboard. My mum and aunts got called everything under the sun when my grandmother got out of the cupboard finally. Hope you enjoyed my story time.
Oh my word, that is so funny though.
Locked in a cupboard?
Imagine
That's
there-
something you would do.
Yeah, right. You would be so like stressed out. Like imagine you left something out on like the
something
tail or
cooking or
something,
something.
or like
Yeah.
cooking, or like the oven was on and you're just sat in this cupboard waiting for your doom.
Waiting for your house to go on fire.
And the baby to just die. Like, oh my word, that's so funny though. Like, I could imagine. In fact, you know what? Who would do something like that? My wee sister, and she would know exactly what she was doing, and she would cackle at the door. Like, she would knock on the door to like taunt my nanny. Like, she was a scary child. She was a scary, scary child. Like, I don't know. Like, have you have loads from your childhood that your mum was saying?
Those what? Well,
Like
no, she
story?
was just like giving me suggestions.
I don't know, like I had different phases of my childhood. Like when I would have done something like that when I was a baby, like very young, before my sister was born. I was a wee rat. Like I was a wee rat. I ruined my parents' wedding day in Cyprus.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, you ran off.
I think I told you about that.
Yeah,
I ran full speed ahead towards the edge of the cliff as they were saying their vows, and apparently no one had ever seen my granda Robert run that fast in his entire life.
Imagine you've
Actually threw myself
Yeah.
off on my parents' wedding day. Happiest day of their
Into the
life
sea?
turned most.
Horror.
tragic.
See,
Yeah.
it was just like it was a cliff and then rocks and then like water after that. So I just would have been like splattered like a watermelon. Like I just would have died. I kept pulling my dress off. My mum kept putting my hair. Only thing she could do was put India pineapple like on the top of my head. Kept ripping it out. Was gurning the whole way down. My poor auntie had to walk with me down the aisle, and I was using her like a climbing frame. Was like swinging around her.
Can I ask? Did no one just go?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I 100% got my bum smacked that
Yeah.
day. Wouldn't have phased me at that age.
Yeah,
I like. I'm not even joking. Like
Yeah.
I was like,
very
not no.
nonchalant. Doesn't care. Like yeah, yeah.
The opposite of nonchalant. I was like
Problematic
evil.
but nonchalant at the same time.
Yeah, like I was just hitting
go.
with the both. But I think I was like that. Like, and I think also the problem, like my dad carried me so much. Like I wouldn't go on my pram. Like he would just carry me. And I keep in mind, I'm 5'10", and I was a tall baby and a tall child. I was very light but very lanky. So it wasn't like I was like you could just throw me around. Like he had to carry me everywhere, and I would not let him. Like I wouldn't go in my pram or anything. I fear that I will get karma one day for the child that I was at that age, because I was apparently that much of a nightmare. Then Morgan was born, and apparently I like chilled out a bit. Like I was actually like, you know,
Sort of just
like I'm just like an angel now. Do you know?
obviously.
The roles kind of reversed. But yeah, like that was like me when I was like quite young, like pre-toddler, going into toddler
Chaotic
age.
phase.
Yeah, very chaotic. I think I've always been chaotic though. That didn't grow out. I didn't grow out of that. We actually did a deep dive last week of like I had been going on with my parents for ages. They keep like threatening me with these videos of like me that I made when I was younger. I got my dad's tablet and I like would set it up and make like fake YouTube videos. None of which like I didn't even know how to work a YouTube account. Like I didn't even know how that.
Record.
But in my head they were like the public was watching this. I was like I'll upload them one day. Trust like doing what I'm still doing now. Would like set it up. Would trail my sister, like my best friends, into these videos, and they are absolutely abysmal. And like it's so funny because halfway through, me and my sister would start like screaming at each other or start huffing. Mum said there was one video, we can't find it, but we were recording it and we were doing truth or I think it was truth or dare, and I got a dare, and my sister, we were so young at the time as well, dared me to eat raw bacon out of the fridge. And Mum walks in as I have this slice of bacon about to enter my mouth. And she was like, girls, what is going on in here? 'Cause she could hear us giggling and laughing, like literally about to eat raw bacon and kill myself. Like this is like a regular occurrence. So like my poor parents went through too much. Like I like did these stupid videos every other day, singing videos.
Oh.
I had this imaginary channel called the CC Show, right? CC Show Overload. And
A new show on Queens.
CC
CC show overload.
Show Overload, okay? Patent, don't try and steal it. It's mine. Thought it was all. I had like a what do you call, like a log line and all. It was like, hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we do all this fun, awesome, wacky, cool stuff.
Like and subscribe.
And then and then we were like watching through, and there was like 20 of the same video, and it was me going, hey guys, welcome back to another. And then I was messing up, but like I didn't know how to edit yet, so I just had to stop the video and like redo it. So I get like 20 minutes into a video, mess up, and I go, oh my gosh, I have to restart now. And like go restart the whole video. So yeah, like I'll maybe put one of the videos on TikTok and we can look. But it is, I don't know if I can bring myself to do it because they are that like embarrassing.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything like that? Did you ever have any
Oh,
old
yeah.
like?
Oh yeah.
I can imagine you doing
I,
it.
I had a like me and Aaron was over at my house the other day and we were just talking about this, and like we used to do loads of videos. So like my very first like exposure to YouTube was we made plush videos with like Angry Birds toys and like Super Mario toys and stuff. And like, we were
That's
watching
so
them the
cute.
other day, and it is like just pure childlike innocence. Like no one's ever gonna watch these, but like we were like taking them really seriously. And then I started, obviously, like, you remember like Stampy Longhead and like
Yeah.
iBallistic Squid and all them. So I wanted to do that, but I didn't have like I was like 10, so I didn't have any of the equipment or anything. So Aaron used to just come round to mine and I'd record a 20-minute video, but he would just hold the phone as still as he could, like on the screen, like, and just hold like it per
That's
arms
so
raking.
cute.
And like I'll show you some of them after, but like they were horrendous, and it's actually sad to look back and be like, I remember thinking like, oh, like this is the next big thing. I did then the Flash. Have I talked about the Flash on here?
No.
Really? So
I'm terrified.
do you remember the Flash TV show that was out a couple of years ago? It had your man Grant Gustin in it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So like it came out 2014, 2015, and like me and my mates were obsessed with it, and we were like, listen, let's do our own like version. So I got a Flash costume off a big fan of this show. He gave me a Flash costume, which I still have if you want it back. And
Is that the photo that you sent?
no, so that was the upgrade I got for
Oh, okay.
my birthday. So but it was the one that I was given was like a very like bright red comic booky version. It
Yeah.
had like fake muscles and everything. And basically we like just shot our own version of this show where like it was just outside my house and I was getting like struck by lightning and stuff, and I had all these, I was, you know, super speed and everything, but like it was just like time lapse, so I would just like run a couple of times up and down the street, but like the time lapse would make it look like I'm going really fast. And I do have these somewhere, and I'll show them to you one day, 'cause I think it'd be quite fun to watch them back on like a.
Well, as
an
I said,
episode.
we should do a video reacting to like
Yeah.
our old videos
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff. Like
yes.
I used to have it. Like I say, the ones that didn't make it to YouTube, thank the Lord, because they are abysmal.
Mhm.
But luckily, I've had the same like account on YouTube since then. Like since I actually did, some of them did actually meet YouTube, and I was way too old. This was secondary school at this point. Like I was way too old to be doing this. Yeah, and I was like posting like
Very
trampolining
good. Very
videos with a broken arm, so I literally couldn't do anything. Like singing videos, Q&A with my best friend. I'm not even friends with him anymore. Like
Hectic.
like all these wee random videos. I thought, yeah, that'll slap. Like, oh, like it was like a Q&A, and I was sitting there with my like emoji pillow. Like it was so like 2016 like YouTube coded and like so quirky. And I was like looking back, and it was like they were only up for like a year or two, and then I like deleted every single one. No one could find the videos. Like it just got too much, and I was like, this is embarrassing. Like the frontal lobe started to kick in,
Develop.
and I went, this has to go because no one can see this. So it was like boom, 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 boom. All of them
Delete.
deleted, everything gone. No footage of me singing, because I used to sing like there's a video on the hard drive, and I could swear down that there was never a video taken off it, because we could never find it, of me in, I think it was P6. We had we did like a talent show one year, and then the next year we would do like a production, like a P7 production. And when I was in P6, it was the Bloomfield's Got Talent, and I
Good old
sang on stage a cappella, like no backing track, of it was the cup song to Call Me Maybe to 1,000 Years by
Oh,
Christina
wow.
Aguilera.
Yeah, big jumps, like
Yeah, and
Big
it was like a
songs.
mashup, big songs for a very small girl.
Uh-huh.
And I started doing the cup song, like actually performing it live. Then came out, Call Me Maybe had like a whole like wee routine as I was singing it. Do you know what? In all fairness, at that age, like I'll admit, was one of the best ones of the night. Some of them were absolutely shocking. There was people in the air above me, and you just looked and you went, "What is going on? What's going on?" So you know what? Maybe at 10, wasn't doing that bad. I was maybe
Doing
at the
pretty
singing
good.
level. I was at a good singing level at that
For a
age
10-year-old.
for a 10-year-old. I didn't develop. And then at the end, it was like 1,000 year, and it's like, I love you for 1,000. I was throwing rose petals at the audience and all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got a standing ovation.
Wow.
A standing ovation. So that was probably my biggest accomplishment yet, to be honest.
Wow.
So there is video footage of that exists out there in the world.
Similarly, like when I did the Flash in P7, and then like went in the first year thinking like people eat this up, like they'll love it. Pretty horrifically bullied, and then one day our mum was like, I think we should probably just
Sack it
stop this. And like I remember at the time being like heart's breaking. And we planned to do 10 episodes of series, and we got to 9. And at the end of the 9th episode, I got the new costume, for the finale from that photo that was posted for today's episode, of like proper like costume and mask and stuff. And then it was never used. Still have that, and it still fits. And I think I could probably, because it was way too big for me at the time. And I was like, could definitely bring it back. But
2025. Daniel brings back the
2025.
Flash.
Unproblematic
I
Flash
think that's
Kane.
Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
He's more cast now as well. He's
For real.
more characters.
And basically we were so scared of these videos getting out, like, because it was just embarrassing. So we put them all on a hard drive, deleted them off YouTube. So there's a hard drive. I think he has it, and I will get them. I remember one of the episodes, like someone dies or something happens, and I like dropped to my knees in a car park and screamed like, no, or something like that. But like, it's crazy.
I wanna see this
Like, it's
so
crazy.
bad.
You didn't actually waterboard that information out of me.
And I remember we were filming in like, do you know the rugby club beside my house?
yeah.
So like down there's like a wee like abandoned alleyway down the side of that, and we were filming there, and like I dropped to my knees. I was like, no. And then I remember this blue car pulled in. They came up to us, and basically thought people had been putting the windows through that rugby club. I thought it was us, and they got up, and they realised we were in Flash costumes and went, oh lads, we thought you might have been putting windows through, but to be honest, we've looked at you and thought you're probably not the type. See you later, enjoy, and drove off. But yeah, I remember first non-uniform day in first year. I wore a Flash t-shirt with like, the channel was called DNA Productions, and it had like DNA Productions in the back, big Flash logo on the front, and I just got a new phone. And I remember, like, at the time in first year, we was like, oh, take your hoodie off. Like, let's see the t-shirt. I was like, oh, they'll love it. They're ripping the backside out of me, but I didn't realise it. And I was like, yeah. I took the hoodie off, and then my phone was in, like, this part of the hoodie. So when I took the hoodie off, phone fell out and just shattered on the floor, and I only had it, like, 2 days. And I remember just going home on the bus, like, thinking I was going home to get a beating. But I think my parents kind of realised.
You'd had a long
He's
day.
had a
and
hard
just
time
got-
with it. Yeah.
This all you're wearing and went, he's been
Yeah,
at
it's
a
been
long
why we
enough
let him
day
leave the
for
house
him.
with that. But I what we'll do is we should do a video where
We react to these.
to
You will
our
never
old
look at
videos.
me the same. I promise you will never look at me the same. I can't look at myself in the mirror after watching these back. Like, this is how genuinely, like, scundering that they are. I don't even know if I can have, like, I'll have to fine tune some of them, because I can't have the full thing. Like, I did, like, all about that bass, like, duet song, like, singing harmonies with my friend in a video. Don't even talk. I couldn't even. I would have to cut her out, and it would just be me going for half of it while she's doing her bit. I'm trying to think though. Like, have you had really?
Just remember the Coke and Mentos. Like,
Oh,
Challenge?
Oh, yeah.
that was
Yeah.
me and my friend. There was one summer. There was this girl that like lived across the road from me, and like we were besties. Like we're still friends. And we did. She was like, let's do the Coke and Mentos challenge. So we did it, and she posted it on her YouTube, and it got like 5 views, and we were like,
Whoa.
we're literally like the
You're
beasties
Ed.
here. So then we set up. So I had a trampoline, obviously, as everyone as a child does, and we had it was one with like the poles around the side. You probably know what's coming here. So we like set up the camera, and we were like, let's do like. I don't know why we thought this, but every year we were like, right, let's do a show for everybody on the street. And we used to like, dance about in the garden and all this, I'm about to say. And so we set the camera up, and we're, bouncing on the trampoline. Then we think, this is actually really quite, I like swung around one of the poles and was like, oh, here, like this could be a new addition. So for days on end during this summer, we're swinging around these poles and doing all sorts. And my mum comes out and go, what are you doing? And we were like, oh, we're just playing on the trampoline. And I was like, Mum, I want to be a pole dancer. And she went, like, obviously I was maybe like 7 or 8, so didn't really know what that sort of, didn't
You
even.
thought pole dance was dance.
Well, yes, what that
literally
industry
dancing around the
was.
pole, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
went, that's enough, right, okay, stop the camera, no, we're having no more of this, no more of this. And then the trampoline, thankfully, that winter, the trampoline, like, blew into the neighbour's garden and crashed, and she was like, oh, we can't get
Oh,
another
no.
trampoline, oh no.
Here, that happened to me the other week. Did I tell you about this?
No?
So remember, there's a huge storm a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So like the
Why do you have a
neighbours.
trampoline?
We don't. So it was the neighbour's trampoline flew into our
This
garden.
happens way too often.
Yes, flew into our garden and like nearly shattered our like glass back doors and like just landed on the ground. But like the neighbours didn't come around. It was like the neighbours behind us. They didn't come around to be like, here lads, our trampoline's in your back garden. But it was like up face down, so like the legs were
Legs were
like
up.
facing the sky. So my dad ran around to the neighbours and was like knocking on the door, and the guy opened the door and he went, trampoline, is it? And dad was like, yeah. Are you gonna come round and get it, or like what's the crack? And he was like, oh well, like 'cause the storm's like still really bad, like I'll probably leave it a day and then come round and get it. And dad was like, yep, fair enough, makes sense, like it might just blow over again. It's like a week went by and trampoline's still sitting in our back garden with the legs up. It's coming up to Christmas time and dad's like, I'm gonna go speak to this joker 'cause like it's take the mic. And dad was like, hey, dad knocked on the door. And the guy opened the door, he's like, it's been a week, trampoline's still in our garden, if you want to like come and get it now. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I'll be round. And
Still in your garden.
2 days went by. It
Still
was
in
like
the
23rd of December, I think. Like families come on for Christmas. Dad's like, I'm not having this joker's trampoline in my garden when the family comes
Upside
around.
down.
So Dad was like, he's got one chance, or I'm just dismantling it and chucking it over the fence at him, like the whole thing dismantled.
Adam.
So
Here, stand there.
and then apparently then the guy just what happened there?
I did this and then something closed.
But then, yeah, 23rd December, guy came round and just sat in our garden, dismantled the whole thing, walked back around his house. But it sat in our garden for 2 weeks, and
I would have used it. You're
it-
better than me.
it broke, like, we have like a wee wooden hut out the back, and it broke a bit of the wood and stuff off that, but we had a trampoline and did similar things.
I feel
No.
like
Pole
every
dance.
trampoline-
Pole
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, no, we
Pole
did not do
dance.
similar things. We did not pole dance. We
And
we
mine
had
was
a
like
tree
career
house.
change,
Yeah, we had a
that's
tree
not-
house. We used to jump off onto the trampoline.
I was literally just about to tell a story about
Which
that.
was- which is
We
cool,
used
like-
to have a jungle gym
Yeah.
beside the trampoline. We had this. I got this trampoline when I was like 2 or something, and I literally swear to God,
It's very young for a child to be.
it was it was a massive one, but I had a net and like a zip or whatever. Big, massive, like 12-foot trampoline, whatever it is, and I was in love with this thing, and I swear, like it was so done, and they had to pry that thing from my hands. Like I was so, like I had such an emotional attachment to it. But I used to jump off the roof of the jungle gym, not even like the balcony, the roof. I used to, I don't even know how I got up there. Jump off it, land on the trampoline, whatever. One day I was feeling pretty cool, started doing front flips off the roof, off the jungle gym. Keep in mind, it wasn't like a meter drop. It was about 3-4 meter drop. Front flips onto the trampoline. My friend, he like double bounced at the same time. I don't even know what happened, but I like, cause the thing wasn't there for my feet to land on, I like then kept flipping, landed on my neck, genuinely lay there for like 10 minutes because I thought I paralyzed myself.
Yeah.
Went into my house, like literally stuck, like if you, I mean, for like 3 months after this, if you were talking to me from behind, like people started taking the mic, they'd be like, Chloe, call me, and I had to physically had to go to the hospital like a couple of days later because I still couldn't move my neck. But I was like, if you like, you're lucky that you're not dead. Like pretty much you could have really died. Like you could be stuck like this for life. When she was like, you don't need a neck brace, you're fine. You just have like a neck spasm, like or something. Like it's
A good old neck spasm.
yeah, like you know, like it'll be fine. You just need
Can we
to
bring
slowly,
back Chloe just going.
Money.
slowly like move your neck. Like I genuinely thought like this is it. I'll never trampoline again. No more, no
Back
more
on it
front
next
flips
week.
for
Oh
me.
no, can't be a pole dancer.
Can't be pulled up.
Career out the window.
But yeah, I did recover eventually, and I probably continued to do it. I think it was around then though they were like, yeah, we need to get rid of the trampoline. They're getting too old now. They're trying to do like we had a
Dangerous
cheese string fight on the trampoline one day. Like
What?
we,
That's disgusting.
you know, like spaghetti, like the spaghetti cheese strings they did for a while.
Oh yeah.
They were disgusting, but we had loads of them in the fridge, and like
You had a fight. What do you mean you had a fight with them?
we just like
threw them at
started.
each other?
I just went into my fridge and we just opened the packets, started firing them at each other
That's
on the
disgusting.
trampoline. Like just
Okay.
literally started launching. I don't think Mum ever found out. I think she just went, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, we're hungry," and then we started launching them at each other. I actually don't know what the.
To be fair, there's
motivation
probably
was behind
nothing
it.
worse than getting a cold cheese string to the bake. Like
It was
I
like
would wreck.
spaghetti cheese string though. It was like I don't know. It
Like
was like
grated?
Is
spaghetti.
it like dairy leaf
No, it
ones
was like
that you-
spaghetti. It looked like when you cook spaghetti, but it was cheese strings. Like it looked
Oh,
really
okay.
like
like the ones that you peel.
Thin.
stringy, like really thin. I don't know what it was, but we just started we just opened all the packages, started launching them each
Do you
other.
ever, you know the way the mascot for cheese string, he's like a cheese string, but like he's got hair up
Oh,
top?
yeah.
Did you ever like peel it to try and
Yeah.
like make
Yeah,
it,
make it look
make
like
it look like
that.
him? Oh, bring it
What
back.
about you, Jack? Any?
I can't remember. I deleted them all, but didn't save them to a hard drive.
Junior
Honestly,
dub
for
shit.
the best. What?
Junior dubshed? You want
Yeah,
having your own card?
100%. No, as a child, I was a wee bit of a menace whenever it came to. So, my nanny lives on a farm, and I have had a few field cars. But before I had my own field car, Dad would take me around the fields, and I would drive, and he would do the pedals because my legs weren't long enough. So, that just provides some context. We were up in Port Stewart Strand when I was maybe like 5 or 6, and I was driving on the sand, sitting on his knee, and Dad's like, right, stay in this hard sand, and then we'll not get stuck. What do I do?
On the
Onto the sand that's like,
Yeah, like soft.
look at-
Yeah, soft.
stuff.
and I get Mum's car stuck in the sand, and we had to get. I didn't even know what we did, but we just started shoveling, and then I was like, "Oopsies! Can I? Do you want me to drive it to the end?"
Yeah. Take it
No.
you when it came to your actual like learning to drive like to pass it, you were just like
I had 4 lessons.
yeah, very quick.
4.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Dear
I'll do it.
God.
I'll do it like
Fair.
Yeah.
fair.
A lot more for me.
Fair.
Will admit.
Yeah.
Took me a
Yeah.
while. Couldn't get my head around the
Try,
clutch
like-
thing.
4
Times,
40.
Yeah. Try like 12.
I had 1 a week for 6 months.
Jeepers, oh.
Right, it wasn't that bad. Like,
1 week for 6 months.
Yeah, no, my
Why?
driving instructor low key like fleeced us. I'm not
Why?
gonna lie. I don't
For
know, he
real?
just kept being like,
After my
Okay, I'll see
second
you
one,
next week. I'll
after
see you
my
next week.
second one, my instructor was like, "You can probably do this now."
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I did my theory test.
yeah,
on
to
the-
be fair, I could have done mine. She said, like, I could have done mine
Yeah.
a lot earlier.
I did my theory test on the 23rd of December, and I had a lesson on like 2 or 3 days before that. And he's like, honestly, if you did your theory on like the 22nd and passed, you probably could have done your test on the 24th because you need a day or something for it to acknowledge and book
Process.
it. Yeah, and I was like, well,
That's quite good, though.
My brother has beef with his driving instructor at the minute. Where like he'll come through the door, he'll come back after a lesson, he'll slam the door and he'll sit with his head in his hand. I was like, "What's happening?" He's like, we just don't get on." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" And it was something like there was like a miscommunication in the car, or whatever, and like Luke said something like to his driving instructor, and the driving instructor said, "Well, this would go a lot better if you just listened to instructions." I was like,
oh,
"Oh, that'll make it
I would
awkward."
cry. Like, I'm
'Cause-
so sensitive.
Because Dad said like he opened the door when they returned, and there was just a frosty atmosphere, you know, for the 10 seconds that he was standing there. I was like, oh, it's just. I had to switch instructors and everything. Mainly because my first one had a heart attack, but that's different.
That
like.
would
that might-
probably
that
do
would
it,
do it.
yeah.
But he had a heart attack and recovered and was like, "I'll take you if you want." And I was like, "Well, just go somewhere else," because I don't think we were getting anywhere anyway.
you
To be
put the
honest.
man down when he was
At his lowest.
His
Yeah.
his nickname was his name began with T, and his nickname was first time, and then his name. But you know, I think I broke his mold a wee bit in terms of that. But yeah,
Mine was a police officer. Like my
What?
driving instructor was an ex-police officer.
Kira's learning the Crime Stoppers, man.
Maybe that's why I went for 6 months. But he was actually the most like
Chaotic.
non-police, yeah,
Yeah.
chaotic guy ever. He stopped at least twice every lesson for a smoke break.
Mm.
That was
Then
wild.
Mine used to- mine used to
so
stop at the
many
bar, yeah.
innuendos. It was insane. Like in the car.
Really?
And I'm just like, mate, like people trusted you to like lock them up, and I'm sitting here like, oh, it's a wee bit risky.
I think some driving instructors are actually the weirdest people.
Yeah.
Or some of them are funny. But
Mine was great.
No,
I
yeah,
yeah,
just
some
mine
of
was
them
liked
really
her.
dead on. But
Some of them are weird.
there was one driving instructor that did like 5 or 6 people, I think, in my year, and whatever it was, he'd take them on the dual carriageway between Dundonald and Newtonards, even though this is like the Middle East Belfast, so nowhere near there, and they're like, floor it, like
You
What?
get
they're on the airplanes, floor it,
yeah, like doing at 70 or
Yeah,
whatever, and
like,
like
just do it.
carriageway.
and they were like,
You'll not get away with that.
Okay,
Like you'll not get away with that.
I know, but he was everything. Like at least 2 I've spoken to are like, yeah, he told me to do 70. I was like, oh,
Oh, right, okay. Right, that's completely normal. Interesting.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't seem like a bad job,
no, it probably gets you used to going that speed, but
but
it's
even
more just turning around, going floor it.
even just like what like, because there's a lot of them charging an arm and a leg, and like, what do you do? Like, get in the car and he's like, drive, and I'll tell you when to turn right and left.
Yep.
And
That
where to
terrifies
exit
me.
round, but you know,
I didn't like that in the driving test. He's like, right, just drive and I'll tell you when where
because
to
you
go.
feel like,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
like,
sitting
where
there.
this
am I
is,
going?
this is too chill. Yeah. I find, yeah. By
I
the fourth
sorta
one, I was
gaslit
okay.
in my test because he said to me, we were in that, like the independent driving bit, and the examiner said to me, he was trying to make small talk, and he was like, well, any plans for tonight? I went, yeah, celebrating, obviously.
Oh,
So he had to pass me then.
yeah.
And he did, so
That's so
all
fair,
was good,
actually.
but I would have been so scandered if
You failed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really failed.
that would have
and
been
I'd
hectic
well,
from him.
celebrating in another way.
There's nothing worse than hearing like the. So Daniel, unfortunately,
Right, right,
Funnily enough,
okay.
I didn't.
Never heard
No.
that. No.
Did you hear that?
heard that
Yeah.
3
Did you?
times. Heard that 3
Three
times.
times?
No,
Yeah, I
I
passed
can't.
my
I
fourth.
can't even talk about my first driving test because I will probably I'll get a case on me. Like I'll actually get I'll hate crime him. He's like such a horrible man. I hate him so much.
Where'd you do
The guy I
yours?
got.
Menards?
Arts,
Yeah.
and
I
I
did-
genuinely wish him the worst in life because I know he's a
Oh.
horrible person, and I hope he's doing really bad.
I did mine in Lorne, and the second guy I got.
Lorne?
Yeah. Second guy I got
Quite rogue.
quite road. It's the closest route to my house,
Oh, okay.
and
right.
the guy.
Remember, he lives in the middle of nowhere.
the guy,
Well,
the guy goes, oh, cheers, doxed. The guy goes, he was back from suspension because the way he was chatting to some of the female testers, and I was like, I said to him, like, we were walking to the car, and I went, well, busy lately? Nothing. And I was like, I failed this test, haven't I? And then, yeah, failed.
My driving instructor showed up 15 minutes late to my test. Everyone else had already been gone. He came out, oh, sorry, come on ahead. Read the sign. He kept walking, like, read the license plate. He kept walking. I was, like, reading it. Didn't care. He said, right, come on, hurry up. Got me to do my things in the car. Fine. Drive off. Started going. I knew from the, as soon as he came out, I was like, I know I'm failing. Because I knew who it was. Everyone who had taken a test around that time and had him, when I heard who it was, his name,
Yeah,
I went, right,
yeah.
that's it. There's no point me even getting in this
Yeah.
car
Do you ever
because he's
get
such a horrible
Who
man.
was yours?
Oh, that's
I
what I
had
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Two
did.
different-
Is there
Young,
two-
old, one of the. No, I swear,
was yours older or younger?
I can't remember. He had a
Can't remember
beard.
anything.
30 or 40, I think.
No, there was one who was younger than that.
Shout out.
Horrible, actually, so horrible. Got in the car, parallel park on that road near McDonald's.
Oh, that's hell.
Best parallel park I've ever done in my life. I was so good, was stopping for every car, and I literally seen him. No problems, no issues, perfectly fine. I went, I'm doing really well. Best, I will put this on my life now. The best driving I've ever done in my entire life. Drove, moved out, took me around. Cyclists pulling out in front of me at roundabouts, getting around them fine, no bother. We're going around, that wee back road where the rock sits out. Come around there, there's a car parked on the inside of the bend, and there's a car behind him. I see the car slow down. For whatever possessed that man's hand to pull my handbrake up, I literally snapped at him. I was already almost stopped, and he was like that. And I was like, what are you doing? And he went, there's a car. I said, yes, I seen the car, hence why my car was then at 5 miles an hour. And he went, well, I didn't think that you were going to stop. I went, well, considering I was braking, I would have liked to think that you would know I was stopping. And he was like, it's just too dangerous. That was too dangerous. I was like, what was dangerous about it? The car is still about 6 meters away. I have now stopped. I'm not even at the rock. So much space for what's going on. Was letting that car come around, even though I had right away. Also, the obstruction was not on my side of the road. Drove off.
They pop off.
Didn't speak to me like the rest of the lesson. He was like, okay, we're just going to drive back. Keep in mind, he didn't say it was he didn't say that I had a dangerous, he didn't say that was the end of the test. Didn't say we were going back to the test centre, was just getting me to continue on the route. Came back to the test centre, was all fine. He said, unfortunately, that way thing with the thing was a dangerous. I had to felt like I had to intervene. I went, well, I don't know why I felt like you had to intervene because there was nothing wrong. And he was like, okay, well, I did. And I was like,
So that's on you.
I was like, okay, so that's a me issue. He was like, yeah, pretty much. And I was like, right, okay. It was like, nice. And then he didn't tell my mum that the test was over. So I was just sitting in my car, like he knew who she was because it came out 15 minutes late and spoke to both of us. And And yeah, it was actually like, I have never been more enraged. I genuinely hope he is having the worst time of his life because he's such a horrible man. And like also some of the things I've heard him say to like other people who have done like the test and been with him, he is like just such a horrible, like you just know when someone's just like they're just horrible for the sake of it. That's him.
Indeed, very
I had
chill.
a very different experience
Very
on my
chill.
driving test.
Second
Mine's
guy,
pretty okay.
loved him.
Hey, that guy,
Yeah.
problematic. Problematic.
Second
for
one,
me.
loved him.
Oh,
Shouldn't have passed
happy
second time.
test.
We'll fully admit it. Should never have passed that test. I went in. It was like 2 days later. Was such bad form. Should never have passed that test. I was the worst driving I've ever done in my life. Didn't even get me to do a maneuver because he was going to fail me. And then I was like small talking him on the way back. And then I was like, we didn't do a maneuver. He went, okay, go around again, do a by park. Did it. And I was like smiling at him really nice. And I was like telling him what happened the last time. And then he was like, well, I shouldn't really pass you, but like, you tried your best.
Tried your best.
He was like, I believe
Give it
that you're.
time,
He was like,
give it
I believe that you're a good driver. I think you're just having a bad day. And I was like, you're so right. You're so right.
You're so right, man.
Well, one of my
We
friends
probably
from
need to bleep
school-
their names. Actually,
Yeah,
we'll fully need to bleep their names.
yeah. One of my friends from school didn't have the best reputation for driving, I'll be honest, and did book their test for Enniskillen because Enniskillen has the highest
Yes,
pass
a
Yeah.
friend
rate.
of mine did that. Yeah, yeah.
I know a few people who do
And
that.
I'm like no harm, just learn how to drive,
Yeah,
and
that's.
then that'll
And
not
then
be an
you'll be
issue.
fine.
That'll
I love
not be
how
an
we've been
issue.
talking about driving tests and like this childhood stories.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Oh,
Technically, still
Tell us
yeah,
childhood.
when we
yeah.
were kids.
see
17.
me in cars, so they're not best friends. I at my nanny's house again, was getting out of her car, and I don't know why, but I decided to keep my thumb in the door and close her door, like in the car,
That'll do it.
and then I just sort of sat there and was like, "Ow!" like ah, and then I had to run it underwater for like ages.
This
It
just
was-
reminded me whenever I was younger, my nanny is going to kill me for saying this. Like, my nanny is such, like, she's so lovely. And I love her to pieces, but there was one time we were getting out of the car. I think it's actually happened a couple of times. And she didn't realise, like, to be fair, I was fully at the other side of the car. Don't know why I would be getting out her side. Like, I would just, like, shuffle across. And I was quite young, and she would, like, slam the door closed. And I would be going to get out at the same time. And, like, the door would smack me up the head. And I, like, literally flew to the other side of the car. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I was sitting there, like, giggling, but, like, also had just probably cracked my
egg
skull
in
at
your
the same
forehead.
time. Like, it's all. I also remember, like, there was this one time when I was younger. I feel like this is a universal experience, but we were on holiday actually in, I think it was Florida, and like, no way everyone has like rental cars and stuff. Me and my sister, like, mum, were going out to the car, or whatever. Hopped in the back of this minivan. There was like no one in it. I don't know why I was sitting open. Hopped in, was sitting there for ages. Realized, looked over. Mum and Dad were in the car across, like ready to go, and they were like, "Where have they gone?" We absolutely like pooed ourselves. Like, what's going on? Like, couldn't get the doors open. Like, didn't know what was going on. Like, eventually, there was like a wee button that you had to like press to open it. Hopped out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, we were like freaking out. We're gonna go to jail. We're gonna go to jail. We just broke into someone's car. Like, this is so bad. But I feel like everyone's done that. No? Okay. Well, my nanny does it all the time.
Man.
What? Hide in the-
Accidentally gets in other people's cars
Oh, do you know what it is?
all the time.
It's there was one day it was a day I cut Rafe's hair.
Okay. So not that long ago.
No, and I'd parked in Chlorine Gardens, and 2 cars behind my car was a black car, like my car just in black, and me and Judy keep walking. Rafe stands at this car. I was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "To my car." He's like, "Oh."
Oh, right, okay.
Happened to a friend of mine after work. His dad was picking him up, and his dad was late, and it was raining. He's raging, and car pulls up. And he gets in. He's like, "What's taking you so long?" I was standing there for ages. Wrong car. Just shouted at a random stranger. and was like, "Very sorry about that. I'm gonna leave
my bad.
your car now."
I'd never recover.
That's brutal. Like,
I feel like I had a pretty fun childhood.
yeah.
I would say.
Sounds that way.
I did marks out of 10 for childhoods.
I would
Good
say
for
I had
us,
like a 10 out of 10.
No, I'm
Out
so
of 10?
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm so glad we weren't brought up in that like
iPad. kid.
iPad era.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Like, we played sand, we dug up worms. Well, maybe you
I know
did,
that-
but,
I
like,
flip
like-
duck
I
up.
don't know, I
we
did,
wasn't
like,
a-
were
I
at
wasn't a
one with
worm.
nature.
That's what my mum was saying to me the other day. She was like, when we were younger, like, we would, like, play together. We would like my room, my childhood bedroom. Like if I ever can get like a photo of it, was so sick. Like I was so lucky. I had like my mum is really good at art, so she did like the art on my wall. It was like when I was younger, there was like princesses and stuff, but then she did like this cool like circle, like it was like circles and stuff. So cool. And then I had like a loft bed with like a desk underneath that had like a really old PC.
Oh yeah.
Like really, it was like a vintage like.
I used to
You had
burn
to put discs in.
CDs on mine.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Please.
And like there was like it had like a wee desk, my wardrobe was attached to the end, and then I had like a mountain. Like I was so like lucky, like board games, like you know, chocolate coin makers and all that.
Oh yeah.
Monster High dolls.
Lollipops.
Like that whole like we had so like much that we would just play it with, and like you would have to like I was that kid. I don't know if like you were like this, but like if my mum called me to come in, I would literally cry. Like I would throw a wobble her. Like I didn't want to come in. Like we would go out in the street and play with our friends until like all
Oh,
hours of the
yeah.
night. We're never in the house. Like never like didn't really bother with a phone. And if I had like I didn't really use it. It was like to text my friends to come out. Like I was like cycling about the place until about third year. Didn't bother with any of that. And like I clearly had like flipping tablet because there's the most scoring videos of my life, but it was just so nice. Like I think we were like at a really good like time where it was
Yeah.
kind of like it was kind of starting to be a thing, but it wasn't really. So like you could kind of have the best of both worlds. Like I don't know, it was just fun. Like I don't know. Did you just go out and play, or was that like
Oh yeah.
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 I had a go-kart whenever I was a child. Actually,
green
I had
machine?
two.
Do you remember those?
green
No.
machine, the pink
Machines.
machine?
kind of, but it wasn't a green machine.
Okay.
And I remember one time, every Sunday we'd go round to Granny and Grandad's for dinner, and then we'd go for a walk around the block, and I'd go on my go-kart. And there's this one street where there's like loads of people who went to my primary school, and they were all out, and I was like, I'm the coolest kid in the block here.
Get me up.
They're all on their scooters and on their bikes. I'm here in a go-kart. I've got 4 wheels here. This was before the
Never
Flickr
mind.
era.
Mm.
Oh.
Then I'm looking
Trauma.
around me. I'm looking around me, giving it all the biz, ram into the back of a van.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever told anyone this, but there was once I fell off my bike into a car. And I like actually really hurt myself, but I was so scared. I like didn't damage the car, I just damaged myself, but I was like so scared that I like touched someone else's car that I like never told anyone. I was like so scared. I also cycled in the fence. I don't know what it is with me and bikes. Like I've cycled in the bush, which I was like 16 at that point. Like I was far too like old. I don't know how it happened.
Exactly.
What
Yeah,
happened
like
to you on a Belfast bike? Was it you or was it someone else?
oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell off the Belfast bikes twice. Like, and I've really severely hurt myself. Like, I don't know what it is, me and bikes. I really try my best, but my coordination
for
is
you.
just so bad. But like we used to have like roller skates and stuff. Like I'm so good at roller skating. Like it's so like I don't know what it is. Like I used to race around the block. Not gonna lie.
I know. Did you have the ones like in the one line? Or
Yeah, the
four? Yeah.
roller blades. Like
Yeah.
yeah. It was so fun. Do you remember the old like there used to be this roller rink?
Yeah.
I don't know if
just
Tom
went
about
at
it
my birthday
before.
party there.
Yeah, I
Then
used to have my
burnt
birthday.
down
And
2 days after.
I was literally gonna say, like, I was going to poor girl had like I was going to this girl's birthday party. I wasn't really that friends with her, she, like, and well, I think I was friends with them, but like, I was going to her birthday and she'd broken her arm like a couple days before, and then I'm trying to think, was it? Yeah. She had like broken her arm a few days before, and then she like was supposed to go to the roller rink, and it burnt down the night before we were supposed to go. And I felt so bad for her. I can't remember what we ended up doing, but I felt so bad for her because it was just like I don't even know if like she was going to be able to go on the like roller skating around anyway, but it's everything had just been ruined for her, and I was like, this is so sad. Like, and it was so cool as well. I was right beside the kids club
was.
that was like infested with
Yeah.
rats.
We should go ice skating.
We should.
I'll cut my hand
Do a
off.
video.
I have a level 1 ice skating course.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Of
Of course you do.
Holding on to the edge for dear
The
life.
penguin, like.
I think though because we were talking about this the other day. The first time we ever went roller skating, me and my sister was on holiday. It was in Spain or something, Tenerife, and it was the first time we'd ever been on ice. And Mum and Dad were a bit worried because like everyone was like holding on to the side and they weren't getting on. Apparently, the 2 of us stepped on, was flying about the place, and the guy said like, "Oh, do they like ice skate?" And Mum was like, "They've never been on ice in their life." And he was like, "What?" And we were like racing each other up and down the thing. Like Morgan was really young. And like I don't know, I think it was because we roller skated though so much that like we kind of gotten used to like
Yeah,
the
the
balance
same.
and the movement. But like that, like I love ice skating. It's one of my favorite things ever. Like I played ice hockey.
Did you?
I've told you about that.
No.
We found the photos the other day. Like there was like 2 summers I went in this summer scream thing, and I like played ice hockey with, it was like a mix, like girls and boys, and I played ice hockey. Like this is so like Chloe lore if you didn't know. I was very, very good at it as well. The coach of the Giants coached us for like 1 or 2 of the days as well. Pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, these people from Canada came over. It was great. I got on a fight as well with one of the boys on ice.
Shock.
Shock.
Like
hard,
no, like literally like gloves were off. We were like punching each other. I was actually like friends with the guy. We've fallen out on the summer scheme, and we started beating each other up. It was actually quite entertaining. I'm pretty sure it's all on video as well.
Wow. What is next week's topic?
We do 2025 ins and outs, maybe.
What's that?
We try the like things that you're keeping in and things that we sort of
Okay.
touched on it a wee bit.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah. We'll
I
do
like that.
Year, you, us.
And potentially, well, yeah, we'll chat after. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
But guys, we want to know what are you keeping in 2025? What are you getting rid of in 2025? What things do you want to improve on? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of?
Us.
Yeah. Do you want us just to
Let's
pack it
not
in?
Stop.
But yeah, everyone, the forum will be out, changed. You can go comment now. Actually, this will be out before that one's recorded, won't it? I don't remember how it works, but anyway.
No.
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 We'll have already done it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ideally.
hope you guys all.
Too late.
Hope you all
Too
check your
late.
forms in.
But make sure you go check what is on the forum now and
Yep.
leave your
Check the
Whatever it is, go and
whatever it is.
go and leave a response.
Go leave a response. It's not going to
yes.
hurt you, or maybe it will.
Well,
If it's
Not
something.
a threat.
Maybe it will if I find out who you are and you're saying something about us.
Oh.
Okay.
Just kidding. We're in our
that's that
nonchalant era.
yeah, it's an
We are.
unproblematic queen.
Lovers
Yeah.
of all.
Right.
Lovers of all.
Lovers of all.
Right. See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.